The forest and the ambush. William ran through the forest, clutching the princess's hand tightly. They had left the castle behind, but William knew that they were not safe yet. The dragon was still out there, and it would not give up until it had its revenge. As they ran, the princess told William about how the dragon had captured her. She had been out for a walk in the forest when she had stumbled upon the dragon's lair. The dragon had seen her and swooped down to capture her, taking her to the castle to be its prisoner. William listened to the princess's story and knew that he had to be careful. The dragon was clearly powerful and cunning, and it would not give up easily. He had to be prepared for anything. As they ran, the forest grew darker and the trees thicker. William could feel that they were getting deeper into the forest, where the dangers were even greater. He looked around nervously, trying to spot any signs of danger. Suddenly, he heard a rustling in the bushes. He stopped and turned, ready to fight off whatever was coming their way. Out of the bushes stepped a group of bandits, armed with swords and shields. They surrounded William and the princess, blocking their path. "Hand over the princess," one of the bandits said, brandishing his sword. "We won't hurt you if you cooperate." William knew that he had to protect the princess at all costs. He raised his sword and prepared to fight. The bandits rushed forward, their swords flashing in the sunlight. William dodged their attacks and swung his sword with all his might. He managed to strike one of the bandits, sending him sprawling to the ground. But there were too many of them. William was soon overwhelmed, with bandits attacking him from all sides. He tried to protect the princess as best he could, but it was no use. Suddenly, the sound of a roar echoed through the forest. The bandits stopped their attack and turned to look. William knew that it was the dragon. It had caught up to them. The dragon swooped down and landed in front of the bandits. Its eyes glowed red as it prepared to attack. The bandits backed away in fear, realizing that they were no match for the dragon. William took advantage of the distraction and grabbed the princess's hand. "Run," he shouted, and the two of them took off into the forest. They ran and ran, with the dragon's roar echoing behind them. They could hear it getting closer, but they didn't stop. They had to keep running if they wanted to survive. Finally, they reached a small clearing in the forest. William stopped and looked around, trying to figure out where to go next. The princess pointed to a small cottage in the distance. "A friendly witch lives there," she said. "She can help us." William nodded and they set off towards the cottage, hoping that they would be safe there. But as they ran, William couldn't help but wonder what other dangers lay ahead. Would they be able to outrun the dragon? Would they find help in the cottage? Find out in the next chapter of The Brave Knight and the Fire-Breathing Dragon.